Okay, so in this video I wanted to talk about hosted mode. Hosted mode is a pretty easy concept. It's the concept of allowing server code to run on your clients or not. So there's two types of modes. There's a dedicated server mode and a hosted mode. So if I go to my build settings and drag that over here, so if I want to build it specifically for my server, I would tick server build. If I have this unticked, it is a client build. So that's where if I click play here, we see start server and client. In order for this to work in a built client build, you have to have, if I go to my settings here, so edit easy EMI menu, open settings window. So currently I have hosted mode disabled. So if I was to build this game and then try to say start server and client, the server code would not physically be built into my client builds. So if I was to say start server and client, nothing would happen. And things would break essentially. Even on my client, if I was to say start server only, that wouldn't even work, because the server code is not built into client builds. It is only built into server builds. So the only thing that would work on a client build would be to say join server. So let's say I do want to have server and client working. So before I enable this and show you that, let's have a look at the code. So here's an example block of code that I've pulled. Essentially, by default, EMI comes with hosted mode disabled. It's the most secure way that you can lock down your code base. The reason I do this is because if you build server code into your client build, you could potentially have malicious clients decompile your game, see all your server code, and know exactly how to build exploits for your game. Things like speed hacks, damage hacks, wall hacks, etc. The list goes on. So this block of code is a conditional build block, meaning I will only build this block of code into my build only if I am the Unity server or I'm the Unity editor. And so every time you edit sections of code, it's compiling that code. And so when I click play, it's just running that compiled code. When you click build, it's going to dynamically compile everything and build it into the game. And this block is going to say, hey, if I was to come over to here, say build settings and say server build, this would now work because I'm going to be building it for the server. But you notice it's also going to work if I run it inside of the Unity editor here. So this block of code will only work if I have ticked server build. If I untick server build and build my game, this block of code will not be physically built into my game. Therefore, will not work and will not run. So I could go and comment this out in the code, but I've actually built a helpful tool to do that for you already. So I'm going to say enable hosted mode. And in order for this to finish, I need to compile my script. So I'm going to click out of Unity, back into Unity, and it's going to compile everything. We're going to wait for this to be done. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and open up this script and have a look at it again. All right, so it's done. And you'll see that all it's done is it's gone and it's actually commented out this conditional build block. So what that's going to do is it's now going to build server code into client builds. So when I come over to here, click play, all these buttons will now work because server code has been physically built into clients. So it will not matter if I tick server build here, meaning building it for a dedicated server, or unticking it, meaning build for a client, because all the code will be the same. Hopefully that helps you.